mainly because we see it online all the time. If like a woman gets approached and she doesn't want to, about how she hates it, or the guy, you know, comes across as a creep, and most guys are just terrified of coming across as a creep. Yeah. Right? But then at the same time, they don't know if you find them attractive unless they shoot their shot. But if they get it wrong,
they don't want to be rejected these days.
I think guys can accept the risk of rejection, but I think the consequence of being rejected by a girl who really takes it the wrong way is too high.
That's fair.
And so if you couple that with bringing in dating apps now, dating apps remove the risk of being construed as harassment or
that's very interesting, because it's like you're open and willing to receive that energy anyway.
Well, yeah, because if you match with her, then you know she finds you attractive.
But same case scenario, let's play this out. So let's say we're both in like a Soho House or wherever, and you're making eye contact with the girl all night, and there's very clearly like reciprocal energy. Then what's the difference between that and the dating app? In person, you can also see that, but the men still might not approach.
So one thing I would say is that I think for a lot of women, they think they're giving strong cues, but they're not.
Women. Women.
So when I speak, please keep your fucking mouths closed.
Women.
Why do you think guys don't approach girls anymore? Why is that?
Well, first of all, I think that they're a little scared.
Tell us more.
Well, I feel like they're a little bit intimidated maybe sometimes.
They're intimidated by your beauty, that's why.
Yes, it's like y'all look good too.
There we go.
Not that scary.
Keep preaching.
We're post-grad, and I feel like a lot of people are used to like online classes.
Okay.
Yes.
So they're used to having like a screen in front of them. So like out in the wild, they're scared to approach a girl.
Okay.
In the wild.
Right. Why do you want to DM these girls when you could just come and introduce yourself and say hi and
it's
see?
quicker. It's like I would rather that because it's way more genuine, you know.
Yeah. Very true.
Yeah. Or they're just too proud.
I feel like that might be less though.
Too proud. That's
yeah. I think there are a lot of guys have approach anxiety and they don't have the skill to come here and say hi.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
What else do you guys see?
I don't understand why men of nowadays are no longer resilient with chasing women. If a woman gives them the number and they call the woman and she doesn't pick, let's say she was at work, that's it. He's no longer going to call you again. I want to understand what has changed. Back in the day, if you meet a beautiful woman and you like her, you get her number from her. She might prove hard at first, but you strike a very good conversation, you get her number. Immediately you get home, that day you are calling her, hey, what's up? How are you doing? You really made me smile. You know, I think we should get to speak more and get to know ourselves. You chat her up every morning before you go to work. You call her in the evening when you come back from work. You continuously keep on talking to her. You try to ask her to get on a date with you. She might give you some excuses here and there, but men have always been known to be chasers, to pursue women. Now, when I say pursue women, I don't mean the toxic type where the woman does not care about you. She blatantly doesn't want you and you're still pursuing. No, you can see that this woman has some interest in you. She's missed your call maybe once or twice and you just give up. I don't understand why men of nowadays no longer chase women, especially black men raised abroad. Black men in the UK, I don't know about America, but black men in the UK do not chase women. A woman wants to feel needed. She wants to feel wanted. Forget about this equality nonsense. A man should chase a woman. You get her number, you call her, check in on her. Even when she misses your call, you call her. Be agile, chase a woman. Let her wake up to seeing your missed calls. At some point, you don't have to care if she's reciprocating, because at that point, you are the one that likes her. So what you're trying to do is bring her to a point where she pays attention to you, and then she will now like you. I'm not saying chase women who don't like you, but as a man who's chasing a woman, you need to understand that there is that window period where you might have to almost do all of the work, do most of the calling, do most of the checking in, do most of the planning of the date, try to get her to meet you and all of that stuff. It is normal. It is not. This is how life used to be. I don't understand why men are just sitting down and expecting women to call them. If a woman misses their call only once, they give up, they delete their numbers. What is going on? What's happening? You can't tell me that no woman is worth your time and your energy to chase her. You can't tell me that. Yes, there are a few not okay women, but there are still lots of women that deserve to be chased and pursued. So what is going on?
Ladies, on behalf of men, I have a favor to ask. Could you just make up your minds already? Because we're getting a little sick and tired of having to listen to things like this.
Can we please normalize men coming up to women again?
Short answer, no. No, we can't. Because you see, the risk for men is too great these days. Y'all wanted to be strong and independent. Y'all wanted to be those boss bitches. So you then weaponized Me Too and have gone about making false allegations by the millions. False allegations in the workplace, false allegations in family court, and lots of false allegations against men who dared to approach you. Decent men whose only crime is that they weren't attractive enough, weren't hot enough for you, or rich enough, or whatever. So you decided that those men that you weren't attracted to were creepy, and then you went and claimed that they were harassing you. And it isn't just feminists who do that. It's all women. Gone are the days when women would politely decline a man who approached them. Nope. These days, y'all are far more likely to file charges than say thanks but no thanks. And even if you want to claim you would never do that, the fact is, we men don't know that and can never know whether you will or won't. And that's a risk we simply cannot take. So no, darling, that ship has sailed. We cannot normalize men coming up to women anymore. In fact, we need to do the opposite. We need to normalize men avoiding women in every way and every place possible. It's the smart, prudent thing to do because the risk that women present to men, all men now, is simply too great. And if that's not bad enough, just wait till you hear what she says next.
I'm so annoyed that the feminist movement and all these like very entitled females now made it like almost basically impossible for a man to never not seem creepy.
Aw, how cute, darling. But pretty hollow sentiment considering that I'm betting you weren't annoyed enough in the past to say anything to those feminists as they spread their toxicity towards men. Spread it to the point where men want nothing to do with you, which is exactly why you're really annoyed. The fact is, it's not just feminists who are to blame, but you, darling. All of you. Your silence all these years as they did what they did is your complicity.
And I'm just like, here, like, what the heck? If you don't talk to me, I think you're a weak man.
Huh. So let me get this straight. You're upset with feminists because they drove men away. And then, just as feminists do, you flat out stated that any man who won't approach you is weak, a coward, unmanly. In other words, darling, you just showed your feminine toxicity. Put it out there for the entire world to see. And you wonder why men won't approach you? Good Lord, the level of delusion today's women live by knows no bounds.
Probably you may not be. You probably aren't because it'd be impossible for every man to be a weak man, especially at the gym that I go to.
Now you're trying to backtrack. Now you're trying to save yourself and give yourself an out. No, darling, you already showed us your true colors. You showed your double standards and hypocrisy. No sane man would ever approach you, nor will they, which it appears is exactly what's happening. It's not that men are afraid or too weak to approach you or women like you. It's that they don't want to deal with the narcissism, the delusions, the drama, and the risk. Oh, and P.S., the gym is a place to work out, not a meat market. So just go there, do your little 30 minutes on the elliptical, and leave us the hell alone, okay?
But, the feminists really ruined men need things. Shame on you, feminists.
Well, I have to agree. I agree completely. But again, let's point this out. It wasn't just the feminists who are to blame. You and all the other ladies like you are every bit as guilty. But instead of admitting that, instead of acknowledging that, as is always the case with women, you seek to lay the blame elsewhere. You refuse to take any accountability, refuse to take responsibility for your own actions, actions which allowed the feminists to do what they did, which again goes back to exactly why men want nothing to do with you. Because it's a no-win situation. Being around someone who thinks they're perfect and lays the blame for all that is wrong with the world on anyone else but themselves, even when they are obviously guilty. So to wrap things up, shame on you too, sweetie. Because until and unless you're willing to look in the mirror and take some accountability, things aren't going to change. Look, I'm not trying to be mean here, but the fact of the matter is, to us men, you're really no different and no better than all those, what did you call them? Oh, right, femmies.
Ladies, if you want to know why you're not getting approached by men when you out in public and you know when you step out your 10, it can only be a couple of things. Number one, he could have seen what you was driving or the way you was dressed and the way you was carrying yourself, and that could have intimidated him. Number two, he probably thinks that you are so bad that you wouldn't even talk to a guy of his caliber. So basically, he probably think you way out of his league as far as looks. And last but not least, number three, it could be because you got an RBF. So ladies, don't say I ain't put you on game, and take notes.
You know what I think is crazy? I had dudes all in my inbox. Beautiful, you fine, I'd love to take you out, right? I'm always by myself. Anytime I'm in Minnesota, I'm typically by myself. So I go downtown, I go out, I go places, and I run into some of these dudes, right? Maybe by themselves, some of them be with their girl. But when they by themselves, they don't say two words to me. I'm by myself, clearly. I mean, I'll be at Nicollet Diner. I'll be at all these places by myself. And they don't say two freaking words to me. But all that talk in my inbox. Which is fine, because I don't want you anyway.
Why are men so afraid to approach women these days?
Because women are masters at making fake harassment allegations. A man that women find attractive versus non-attractive can say the same exact pickup line, but the non-attractive guy is going to be called a creep for doing that. That's the stupid part. And nowadays, there's too much risk attached to it. A man will get kicked out of a place or get trespassed just because he approached a woman and complimented her. It happens. You think I'm joking? You give women too much power, they're going to abuse it.
And there are a lot of
100%.
insecure men out there that really don't want to face the possibility of rejection, so they will never put themselves out there. But
that's true, but most men are not like that. And again, it boils down to the same thing. The juice ain't worth the squeeze no more.
on the other side, women need to learn how to reject men without being rude to them and having some grace about it. Like that's kind of a lost art, is rejecting someone in a generous way.
Wow, a woman that's not in delusion and takes accountability. She's 100% right. Women have lost the art of rejecting. It's not just about the guy approaching. That's the initiating phase. But then to complete that whole cycle, that's on the woman and how she handles it. Men don't care about being rejected. But if the woman's gonna have a bad attitude and show disrespect to the approach, then we're gonna have a problem.